Welcome to Friday Morning Yoga. I am so glad we get to meet beyond the boundaries of time and space, meet out there in non-ordinary reality and get to do yoga together. So just make yourself comfortable. I'm sitting on a little cushion. You might choose one of your pillows or a blanket just to elevate your sit bones a little bit so your knees are comfortable. Whatever works for you best. And placing your hands gently on your knees. You might have a soft gaze, just look down or close your eyes. Begin to notice your breath. Notice your body. How are your jaws? How are your shoulders? How's your belly? And let's do our 3-part breathing, where you breathe in deep in your belly, expanding your rib cage or lower ribs, and then all the way up into your collarbone. And then exhaling through your collarbone, down through your ribs, squeezing your belly. Once again, inhale through your nose, belly, ribs, collarbones, and then exhale through your mouth. And just continue this at your own breath pace for a few more breaths. And with each exhale, allow your body to soften and relax a little more. Feel yourself being grounded deeper into your sit bones, deeper into the mat. On your inhale, allow your rib cage just to float up out of your pelvic bowl. And then gently open your eyes and just see what you notice in your body. So once again, a deep breath, and as you exhale, just bend forward softly and roll around to your left side. I'm going to mirror you. And then circle on around to the back. And circle on around to your right side and then to the front. And just continue these nice slow circles at your own pace. Allow the breath to move you. So when you're forward, you're naturally squeezing out all the air. And as you come around, you're able to begin to inhale. Take the breath in until it's full in your back. You have a full breath. And let the cycle go all over again. Notice if there's anywhere tight or particularly ratchety. And if you feel like you want to stop somewhere and get a little bigger stretch, feel free to do that. And then the next time you circle on around to the front, pause here and walk your hands out. You can let your forearms rest on the floor, your elbows rest on the floor, and drop your head. Breathe deeply. Feel that nice expansion in your back. And then on your inhale, walk yourself back up to sitting. And then cross your legs the other way. Whichever foot was in front, bring that behind. Getting even on your sit bones, take a nice deep breath. And gently lean forward a little bit and then roll, circle to your right and on around back, and then circle to your left and on around to the front. Just allow your neck to be loose, your head to follow these motions, and remember to let the breath move you. Breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. Releasing tension, waking up the spine, getting all the muscles and tendons and ligaments all around your spinal column. A nice awakening. And then the next time you come back around to the front, Once again, pause here, walk your hands out. You can either leave your hands out straight or allow your forearms to come to the floor. Drop your head. Big breath. Inhale and roll up. Come towards the back of your mat, facing it, being on the skinny way of it, and roll onto your hands and knees. Now remember, when you're on your hands and knees, you want your hands to be shoulder width apart, a little bit wider, and just a tiny bit in front so you don't jam your wrists. Bring your fingertips to the mat like little claw fingers and rotate the crease of your elbow towards the front slightly. Doing that opens up the shoulders. You can tell if you rotate the creases towards each other or back, you hump your shoulders, and if you do that, you open the front of your shoulders. Make sure your knees are about hip width apart. You can get a fist in between there and directly underneath your hip joints. We'll do cat-cow, so take a deep breath. And as you exhale, bring your belly up towards your backbone, round your back. Drop your head and your tailbone. Kind of wiggle your head around, loosening your neck. And on your next in-breath, sway your back into cat. Now bring your shoulders down, your head, your ears up out of your shoulders. And open your jaws wide. Get a good stretch in your jaw joint. Hold that open for a few breaths. Inhale and then exhale, round your back one more time. Cat. Push up towards the ceiling, stretching through all those back rib muscles. And inhale, sway again. Making your neck long, come out of your shoulders. And then come into neutral and shift your hips to the right, looking over to your left. Inhale to neutral, shift to the left, look over to your right. Exhaling. Come back to center. Exhale, shift to your right, look over to your left. Inhale to center. Exhale, look back over to your right. Come back to neutral. Now let's combine all those movements. So inhale, and as you exhale, round your back, drop your head. Shift your hips to the right as you look around, and then sway your back, come up, and shift your hips to the left, look to the right, and circle around, roll your back. So just do any version of this that feels good to you. You want to really move your spine in all different directions. This is like wringing out a washcloth, or really moving all those little tight tendons and ligaments in between your vertebrae. This also brings fresh fluid to your spinal column, helping to release all the tension in there. And then reverse the direction of this circling. Feeling the movement in your hips and shoulder joints as well as your spine. Make sure with your weights on your fingertips as well. And when you come back to neutral, push back into pose of the child. Now if that hurts any of your joints, if your body doesn't like that, just lie down flat on your belly. But if you like pose of the child, go ahead and lay back, leaving your hands out in front of you for a moment, dropping your head to the mat. Stretching through the armpits. Breathe and notice the nice expansion you can get in your back, all around your spine. Bring your hands down by your side for a moment and just let the weight of your arms pull your shoulders towards the floor. On your next inhale, roll up to sitting and sit on your heels. Now again, if some of your joints say, not for me, listen to the wisdom of your joints and just sit comfortably. Rotate your wrists some, make circles with your wrists. We were on them for quite a while. Shake out. And then slide once again onto your hands and knees. Curl your toes and lift your hips into the air into down dog. Now pedal your feet real deeply, bending one knee and then the other, sinking one heel to the floor as you lift the other. Just let your whole hips and back get into the movement. Try to see how much fluidity you can get in your spine and back. And of course, you're going to keep breathing deeply. You're going to make sure your fingertips are pressing into your mat and the creases of your elbows slightly forward. Bring your heels up. Look at your feet and see if they're parallel. And then sink your heels to the mat. Breathing. And then walk your feet towards the front of the mat and come into a forward bend. Now once again, look at your feet. Make sure they're parallel. Lift your toes and spread them out as you lower them to your mat. Now you can have the backs of your knees softly bent or you can have them straight, whatever feels best for your body. Big breath in, bring your body parallel to your mat and your hands on your shins. This is a half forward bend. Lengthen through your spine. Get the top of your head as far away from your tailbone as you can, activating through your belly, bringing your stomach up towards your lungs. Big breath in and exhale, forward bend again. Kind of loosen your neck up, rocking your head back and forth. Letting your shoulders and your arms just flow towards the floor. And then with a breath in, once again, half forward bend. And then bend your knees and let your body rest, let your torso rest on your thighs if you can, if this is comfortable. Drop your head, drop your arms. Check in that the weight is even on all four corners of your feet and your toes are spread. Elongate through your spine, lift up your head and your chest. Bring your hands into a soft prayer, soft namaste, and go ahead and stand up. Big breath. Exhale through your mouth. Release your hands down by your side. And just stay here a moment. Scan your body, starting with your feet. See if they're still feeling stable and firm on your mat. And that your knees are over your ankles and your hips are over your knees. Your heart is over your pelvis. And the base of your skull is in alignment with your sacrum. Scan into your shoulders and your elbows and your wrists and hands. See if they're soft or if there's any tension that maybe could be breathed out of there. Feel yourself grounded to the earth. Good. Take a deep breath and shake it out. Come so that you're long ways to your mat. Your mat's wide this way. And stand with your hands in prayer. Spread your feet a little bit wider than your hips. Toes kind of 45-degree angles. Hands on your hips. Bend in your knees. And let's just do circles with our hips, a little hula. So you want to really loosen up all those joints, all the hip joints, sacrum, low back, where the diaphragm, respiratory diaphragm, joins the rest of the body. Loosening up your knees and ankles, and go the other way. Again, you can exhale on your back, and inhale when you come forward. always coordinating your movements with the power of your breath. And then when you've completed that circle, come back to standing. Lower your arms by your side. Roll your shoulders up and back. Extend your right arm out, reaching out as far to that wall, but keeping your torso straight. Palm up, bring your hands up to the ceiling. Squeeze your shoulder to your ear and then drop your shoulder down and continue on over into a side bend, really stretching nicely to the right. Look up at your armpit, your arm. Lengthen through your neck. And then look down at your left foot. Gaze forward. Inhale, bring your arm up. And then out, way out to the side and down. Take a breath and notice your two sides. And then extend your left arm out as far out as you can get it, opening all those joints. Rotate your palm up, reach up to the ceiling, squeeze your shoulder to your ear, and then lower your shoulder down. And continue over into a nice side bend. And breathe. Look up under your arm. Nice stretch on the side. And then look down at your right foot. Now come up. Bring your arm way out and over and come down. Bring your feet even wider apart, as wide as you comfortably can. And have them parallel. Lift your toes and spread your toes and then lower them down to your mat. And look at your arches. Have the arches of your feet lifted, even though there's this sharp angle. Continue to activate in the feet and arches. Bring your arms out and behind you. Now clasp your hands behind you, straightening your elbows. If this is not comfortable for you or any of your joints, feel free to hold your forearms like this or like this. Whichever way you do it, squeeze your shoulder blades and roll them back. Inhale, and as you do, lean back, looking up at the ceiling. Drop your shoulders and your hands towards the mat behind you. And your knees can be straight, or if you need to have a slight bend in them, do what feels best for you. Inhale, come up. Lift your hands towards the ceiling as far as you can, and then bend forward, bringing your hands towards the ceiling. Head towards the mat. Big breath. Lower your hands down to your sacrum, your low back, and then bring your hands to the mat, getting a nice stretch. Bring your body parallel to the floor and bring your left hand underneath your heart space. You can either be on your fingertips or on the palms, whatever works best for you. Extend. Put your right hand there. Sorry, I'm not sure which I said. Extend your left arm out to the side, again reaching way far out. And then on your inhale, rotate up towards the ceiling. And breathe. Breathe in through your mouth to warm the air. And exhale through your mouth to release the tension. And exhale down. Bring in your left hand under your heart space. Extend your right arm out to the side. Inhale, rotate up to the ceiling. Remember to raise the arches of your feet and keep your toes spread. And exhale down. Lower to the mat. Now walk your hands towards your left foot and twirl your left feet towards the skinny edge of your mat. And come into a high lunge with your back leg straight or slightly bent Both feet on the mat. Bring your body long, parallel to your mat, hands in prayer, and come on up into a warrior. Try to have the weight even on both feet and on all four corners of your feet. Bring your arms up and lean back. Shoulders down from your ears, arms really, really long. And breathing. Inhale, bring your body up, your arms out into T. Shift your weight to your front leg, dragging your back leg along, and bring your body parallel to the floor and lift your back leg up as much as you can. Now, if you feel wobbly or anything, feel free to leave the back toe on the mat. Just keep your body parallel to the floor. Breathe here and spot something down under your nose. Long body, long arms. And then stepping back onto your foot. Come back into your lunge for a moment. Then straighten your legs. Inhale, exhale, bend forward over this front leg. Look down between your knees. And then walk your hands to the front. And then over to your right, twirling your feet with you. Bend your front knee. And then inhale, come up, bring your body up. Bring your arms up and over your head, leaning back. Straighten your arms, but bring your shoulders down away from your ears. And then bring your arms out into T. Shift your weight to the front leg, gliding your back foot along the mat, and then lift it up. So your arms are reaching out to the side, your head's reaching forward, and your foot is reaching back. Big breath. And then step back with your foot. Come back up. Bring your arms up once again, out to the side, and then forward bend, looking through your knees. Bring your hands down by your front foot. Just let your head be soft, your neck be soft. And then once again, rotating around to the front of your mat. Take another nice forward bend. Then bring in hands in prayer, bend your knees, come up softly. Release your arms, bring your feet together, and shake it out. Come to the front edge of your mat, whichever one that might be for you. Bring your hands in prayer. Check in with your feet again. Make sure they're parallel, your toes are spread, and your arches are lifted. Swoop your hands down. Inhale, come up. Arms out wide to the side. This time, press your palms open. Really stretch through your palms as you come back into a forward bend once again. Bring your fingertips to the sides of your feet and step one foot back and then the other foot and come into plank. Extend through your heels, bringing your belly up towards your lungs. Really getting a lot of nice strength in here. And breathe. And come down on your hands and knees. Lower down onto your belly. And bring your hands under your shoulders, placing your forehead on the mat. And begin to do some shoulder circles. Bring your shoulders towards your mat, then up towards your ears, up towards the ceiling, down towards your hips, and back down to the floor. Just nice big circles this way. Focus on your breathing. And then circle the other way. See how big you can make these circles, and notice where you feel that in your shoulders or your neck, your back or your front. All the muscles that move our shoulders are all over our body. And then come to resting. Extend your arms out over your head and clasp your hands and point your pointy fingers forward. And just rest your forehead on the floor. This is bowing to the earth, becoming completely grounded with Mother Earth. Whatever that means for you, feel the connection all the way through the front of your body. Feel the support from the earth. Deepen your breath. And then bring your hands down by your side. Palms down, shoulders down, feet long. On your inhale, lift your head, your chest, and your arms into half locust. Reach back towards your toes, towards the wall behind your toes. Open your jaws again. Really releasing the tension in your neck and your jaws. And exhale back down. Big breath in. Exhale. Your next in-breath, bring your feet and legs up off the mat. Balance on your bones. And then release. Big breath. And then once again, inhale and lift your head and your shoulders and your arms and your legs and feet. So everything is up but your belly. Reaching back towards your toes. Really activating the back of your body. And down. Bringing your shoulders, your hands under your shoulders again. Once again, push up on your hands and knees. Cross your feet and come into sitting. We're going to lie down and then have final relaxation. So if you need a blanket or anything under you to be more comfortable, now's the time to make yourself feel really good. So rolling back onto your back. Squeeze your knees into your chest and rock your hips away from your shoulder blades. So your back is nice and long. Inhale, and when you exhale, bring your forehead towards your knees. Just a little bit. Get a nice curl. And then roll down. Reach up and grab your two fingers of each hand and grab your big toes, or you can reach the sides of your feet. I like the toes. I feel like our toes need to be stretched out, but whatever you like to do. Then bring in your feet towards the ceiling, your knees out wide. Come into the happy baby pose. This is a good inner thigh stretch. You can gently rock side to side with your feet. Kind of massaging your low back. And breathing. And then come into neutral. See that you're even on your sacrum and your hips. Just bring your knees towards the floor more, using your hands to pull down just gently. Use your shoulders to tuck under your back. And then release that, bringing your knees together, your arms out into T. Breathe big in your belly, feel that good stretch, and then roll your knees to the right, look over to your left. As you do, let your knees be supported on the floor and try to get your shoulder down on the mat. Breathe deep in your belly and feel that good twist. See what you can relax into. See where it feels really nice. And adjust anything that doesn't feel good. Make any little adjustments you need to. On your inhale, look up at the ceiling, bring your knees to center, and then roll your knees to the left, looking over to your right. Again, breathe deeply. Noticing how good this feels all up and down your spine and your neck. Your right shoulder being on the mat if you can. And then on your inhale, bring your knees to center and just take a nice stretch out as long as you can. Arms over your head, stretch your feet out. Big yawn. And then just make your way to the mat. It's important that you have a few moments of Shavasana, just to let your body integrate all that is experienced. So get comfortable if you want to put a little bolster under your knees or something, or a little support behind your neck. Once again, focus in on your breathing. Do the three-part breathing where you breathe into your belly, into your ribs, into your collarbone, and exhaling the opposite way. And the next one, breathe in all the way from your feet, up through your legs, your hips, your belly, your ribs, all the way to the top of your head. And you exhale. Let that wash down through the top of your head, through your face, your throat, your shoulders, your arms, your torso, your belly, your legs, your feet. Just let that wave of breath wash through you for a few breaths. Return to a normal breath. Just feel yourself sinking into your mat and enjoy. And just bring your awareness back into your body. Begin to deepen your inhale and lengthen your exhale. Take a nice stretch, wiggle your fingers and toes. And roll over to one side for a moment to get oriented back into the room. And then push yourself back up to seating. And come into a comfortable position. Bring your hands into soft namaste. Fingertips together, a little space in between the palms, like the space you have in your heart. It was so good to be with everyone today. Thank you. Bless you. Namaste. you.